Listen carefully. Failure is not what stops people. Quitting does. And the people who never fail? They are not lucky. They are not special. They are not born different. They simply think differently. Fire 1. They don't fear failure, they redefine it. Most people are terrified of failing. They avoid risks. They delay decisions. They overthink everything. But people who never fail? They don't see failure as an ending. They see it as feedback. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every loss becomes a strategy. Every setback becomes preparation. They ask, "What did this teach me?" Instead of, "Why did this happen to me?" That single shift changes everything. Thought balloon 2. They control their mind, not their circumstances. Life is unpredictable. You will face rejection, criticism, loss, hard days. But people who never fail understand something powerful. Backhand index pointing right. You can't always control what happens. Backhand index pointing right, but you can always control how you respond. When life gets hard, they don't panic. They pause. They think. They act with purpose. Because mindset is their greatest weapon. High voltage 3. They stay consistent when motivation dies. Let's be real. Motivation is temporary. It fades. It disappears. It betrays you. But successful people don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They show up when they don't feel like it. They work when they're tired. They push when it hurts. Because they know. Success is built on the days you don't feel like working. Brain 4. They think long term. Most people want quick results. Quick money. Quick success. Quick recognition. But people who never fail? They play the long game. They understand. Growth takes time. Mastery takes patience. Greatness takes sacrifice. They don't quit after one failure. Or 10 failures. Or even 100 failures. Because they are focused on who they are becoming, not just what they are getting. Flexed biceps 5. They take full responsibility. This is where most people lose. They blame the system, the economy, their background, other people. But winners? They take responsibility for everything. Even things that aren't their fault. Because responsibility gives them power. When you say, "It's my responsibility," you also say, "I can change it." Rocket 6. They act, even when they're not ready. Perfection is a trap. Most people wait. I'll start when I'm ready. I'll begin when I feel confident. I'll try when everything is perfect. But that day never comes. People who never fail? They start before they're ready. They take action with fear. They move with doubt. They grow while struggling. Because they understand. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. Fire 7. They turn pain into power. Pain is unavoidable. You will feel rejection, loneliness, stress, failure. But here's the difference. Most people run from pain. Strong people use it. They turn heartbreak into focus. They turn rejection into fuel. They turn struggle into strength. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" they ask, "How can I use this?" Trophy 8. They refuse to quit. This is the ultimate mindset. The mindset that separates everyone. People who never fail are simply people who never quit. They may fall. They may struggle. They may lose battles, but they never stop fighting. Because they understand. The only true failure is quitting. So if you want to become someone who never fails, don't chase success. Build the mindset. Because success is not something you find. It's something you become. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. A person who has been rejected 100 times. Failed again and again. Lost opportunities. Faced criticism from everyone around them. Yet they are still standing. Still fighting. Still believing. Still moving forward. That is the mindset of someone who never fails. Brain 9. They build an unbreakable identity. Here's the truth most people don't understand. Success is not about what you do. It's about who you believe you are. People who never fail don't just try to succeed. They identify as someone who cannot quit. They tell themselves, I am disciplined. I am consistent. I always find a way. And your mind? It always works to prove your identity right. So if you say, I'm lazy, you'll act lazy. But if you say, I'm unstoppable, your actions start to match that belief. Crossed Swords 10. They master their inner voice. Every single person has a voice inside their head. Sometimes it says, you're not good enough. You can't do this. You'll fail again. Most people listen to that voice. But people who never fail, they control it. They replace it with, keep going. You've handled worse. This is making you stronger. Because they understand. Backhand index pointing right, your life moves in the direction of your thoughts. Fire 11. They embrace discomfort. Comfort is dangerous. It feels safe. But it keeps you stuck. People who never fail train themselves to be uncomfortable. They wake up early when they don't want to. Do hard things daily. Push beyond their limits. Because they know. Growth lives outside comfort. While others avoid pain, they walk straight into it. Hourglass not done 12. They are patient, but relentless. This is a powerful combination. Most people are either patient but lazy, or hardworking but impatient. But people who never fail, they are both. They understand. Results take time. But effort must be daily. They don't rush success. But they never slow down their effort. Collision 13. They turn setbacks into comebacks. Life will knock you down. That's guaranteed. But staying down? That's a choice. People who never fail bounce back stronger. Every setback becomes a lesson, a strategy, a comeback story. They don't say, I lost. They say, I learned. And that mindset makes them unstoppable. Compass 14. They stay focused when others get distracted. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media, opinions, comparison, negativity. Most people lose focus. But people who never fail, they protect their focus like their life depends on it. Because it does. They know. Backhand index pointing right, where focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, results grow. Rocket 15. They take massive action. Thinking doesn't change your life. Planning doesn't change your life. Talking doesn't change your life. Action does. People who never fail take action, again and again. Even when they don't feel ready. They feel scared. They feel uncertain. They move anyway. Because they know. Small actions repeated daily create massive results. Gemstone 16. They don't seek approval. This is where most people get stuck. They worry about, what will people think? What if I fail in front of others? What if they judge me? But people who never fail, they don't need approval. They don't need validation. They don't need permission. They understand. If you live for people's approval, you'll die by their judgment. So they choose their path, no matter what others say. Fire 17. They are obsessed with growth. Winning is not their main goal. Growth is. Because they know, if you grow, you win anyway. They constantly learn new skills, improve themselves, challenge their limits. They become better every single day. And over time, that growth becomes unstoppable success. So understand this clearly. People who never fail are not people who never lose. They are people who never stop, never settle, never give up on themselves. They fall, but rise again. They struggle, but keep moving. They doubt, but still act. And that is why they win. This is not surface level anymore. This is the mindset built in silence, in pain, in moments when nobody is watching. Because real strength is not built in comfort. It's built in the dark. New Moon 18. They win the battle no one sees. Everyone wants success. But nobody talks about the private battles. The overthinking. The self-doubt. The sleepless nights. The fear of failing again. People who never fail don't avoid these battles. They win them daily. They sit with their thoughts, face their fears, and still choose to move forward. Because they understand. The hardest battle you will ever fight is against your own mind. Brain 19. They don't believe every thought. Here's something powerful. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. Your mind will lie to you. It will say, you can't do this. You're not ready. You'll fail again. But people who never fail, they question those thoughts. They challenge them. They replace them. Instead of, I can't, they say, how can I? And that question alone creates solutions. Fire 20. They stay strong when progress is invisible. This is where 90% of people quit. When results are slow, effort feels wasted, nothing seems to be working. It feels like you're stuck, like you're going nowhere. But people who never fail, they trust the process. They understand. Backhand index pointing right. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Like roots growing under the ground. Success is being built, silently. Crossed Swords 21. They develop mental toughness. Mental toughness is everything. It's the ability to stay calm under pressure. Keep going when it hurts. Stay focused when things go wrong. People who never fail train their mind like a muscle. They don't run from hard situations. They walk into them. Because they know every difficult moment is making them stronger. Chains 22. They control their emotions. Emotions are powerful. But if you don't control them, they will control you. People who never fail feel everything. Fear, doubt, anxiety. But they don't let emotions decide their actions. They act based on purpose, discipline, vision, not feelings. Because feelings change, but purpose stays. Prohibited 23. They don't make excuses. Excuses are easy. I'm tired. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. But every excuse builds weakness. People who never fail, they eliminate excuses completely. They replace them with action. Because they know. Excuses keep you where you are. Discipline takes you where you want to be. Repeat button 24. They reinvent themselves constantly. Most people stay the same. Same habits. Same thinking. Same results. But people who never fail, they evolve. Again and again. They let go of old versions of themselves. And build new ones. Stronger. Smarter. More disciplined. Because they understand. Backhand index pointing right, growth requires change. Fire 25. They are addicted to discipline. This is the real secret. Not motivation. Not talent. Not luck. Discipline. People who never fail build routines that make success automatic. They don't rely on feelings. They rely on habits. Daily actions like waking up early, working consistently, improving daily. Over time, discipline becomes their identity. Bomb 26. They accept that it will be hard. No illusions. No fantasies. No shortcuts. People who never fail accept reality. It will be hard. It will take time. It will require sacrifice. And because they accept it, they are never shocked by difficulty. They expect it. And they are ready for it. Checkered flag 27. They finish what they start. This is rare. Most people start strong and quit halfway. But people who never fail, they finish. No matter what. Even when it's boring. Even when it's hard. Even when they don't feel like it. They complete the mission. Because finishing builds confidence. And confidence builds power. Now you're starting to see the truth. This mindset is not easy. It's not comfortable. It's not normal. That's why most people don't have it. But if you build it, you become unstoppable. Not because life gets easier, but because you become stronger. Listen carefully. This is the part most people will hear. But only a few will truly understand. Because this is not about success anymore. This is about who you become. Tornado 28. They stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect time. No perfect plan. No perfect condition. No perfect version of you. If you're waiting, you're already losing. People who never fail understand this. Life doesn't reward perfection. It rewards action. So they start now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not one day. Now. Fire 29. They decide, and that decision changes everything. Everything changes the moment you decide. Not wish. Not hope. Not try. Decide. People who never fail make one powerful decision. No matter what happens, I will not quit. And once that decision is made, failure becomes impossible. Because even if they lose, they keep going. Brain 30. They reprogram their mind daily. Your mind is like a system. If you don't control it, it will control you. People who never fail train their mind every single day. Through positive self-talk, visualization, discipline, focus. They feed their mind strength, not negativity. Because they know. Backhand index pointing right, a weak mind creates a weak life. Backhand index pointing right, a strong mind creates a powerful life. High voltage 31. They become comfortable being alone. This is where transformation happens. In silence. In isolation. In moments where it's just you and your thoughts. People who never fail don't fear being alone. They use it. They build themselves when nobody is watching. Because they understand. You don't grow in crowds. You grow in solitude. Collision 32. They break their own limits. Most people live inside limits they never question. I can't do this. I'm not capable. This is too hard. But people who never fail, they destroy those limits. They push further. Go harder. Do more than they thought possible. And every time they do, their confidence explodes. Trophy 33. They define success their own way. Society tells you what success looks like. Money. Fame. Status. But people who never fail, they define it themselves. For them, success is growth. Discipline. Becoming stronger every day. Because when you define success your own way, no one can take it from you. Rocket 34. They keep going, even after success. This is the final level. Most people stop after they win. They relax. They slow down. They settle. But people who never fail, they keep going. Because for them, this is not a phase. This is who they are. Fire final message, emotional climax. One day, you will look back at your life. And you will ask yourself one question. Did I quit, or did I fight? And in that moment, nothing else will matter. Not the opinions. Not the failures. Not the struggles. Only this. Did you keep going? Because the truth is, you don't fail when you lose. You don't fail when things go wrong. You don't fail when life gets hard. You only fail when you stop. So decide today, right now, that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how long it takes, backhand index pointing right, you will keep going. Backhand index pointing right, you will keep growing. Backhand index pointing right, you will never quit. And if you can do that, then listen carefully. Failure is no longer part of your story. Winners are not people who never fail. They are people who never stop.